This is Algebra 2, Unit 11, Lesson 1, the rest of the notes on rotations and angle terminology. Okay, so we left off on talking about rotation diagrams and reference angles. So if you are talking about a reference angle, you want to make sure that when you draw this, here's my axis. Okay, the reference angle is from the x-axis. So if I draw the angle of 78 degrees, let me put this in black so you can see what I'm doing. 78 degrees would be like this, and remember rotations go counterclockwise from the positive x-axis. So this would be 78 degrees. That would be the rotation of 78 degrees. Now, what would the reference angle be for this one? Well, how far is it from the x-axis would also be 78 degrees. So this one is actually 78 degrees as well. So that's an unusual one because it's in the first quadrant. You can see that it is from this x-axis. Okay, now you can also do this with negative angles as well. All right, let me scroll down here a little bit. All right, beta is negative 110 degrees. All right, so if I draw my axis like this, all right, now since it's negative 110 degrees, instead of going counterclockwise like this, I'm actually going to go clockwise like this. So from here, I would go, this would be 90, 110 would be somewhere over here, going like this. So the terminal side of the angle would be over here. This would be negative 110 degrees. Okay, now, what would be the reference angle from here to here? Because remember, the reference angle is always measured from the x-axis. Well, if this is 110, that means that this angle here has to be 70. Now notice I'm not worried about if it's positive or negative. The reference angle is always going to be positive. So it's 70 degrees going from here to here. And then you always go to the x-axis. All right. Beta is negative 280. Here's my axis. All right. Again, because it's negative, instead of going counterclockwise, I want to go clockwise around. So this would be 90, 180, 270, and then 280 would be over here into the first quadrant, like so. All right, so if this is negative 280 going around this way, that means that there would be how many degrees between here and here? Well, let's see, this would be 180, so that leaves 100 degrees here from here over to here. So this is 180. So this is 100 degrees from here to here, sorry. So that means this left over from here to here would be 80 degrees. Now notice all the way around would be how many degrees? It would be 360. So 280 and 80 is 360 as well, if you want to think of it that way. Okay. All right. What if you have an angle that is more than 360 degrees? Well, it's a circular function, so it just keeps going around. Okay, so if we go around positive degrees, it's going to go counterclockwise. So one rotation would be 360. Okay, and then with another 90, or excuse me, with another 180, go around, and that would be 540. 360 and 180 is 540, and then I want to go a little more than that. So 605 would fall in this quadrant right here. So this would be 540 is 605. All right, so that means that from here to here, how many degrees would that be? Okay, well, going around, you would see that this is actually going to be 65. All right, so what we did was 360 is once around, and then I went 180 more to get to here. That's 540. And if I take 605 and subtract 540, that gives me 65 degrees left over going from here to here. That's how I got that answer. Okay, last one. H is negative 410. Or beta is negative 410, I'm sorry. All right, so first of all, is it clockwise or counterclockwise? It's going to be clockwise, negative 410. All right, it would go from here, there's 180, 360, And then how far much would I have to go to get to 410? Would be another 50 degrees, going down like that. So my reference angle for negative 410 would actually be from here to here. So how far is that from the x-axis? Is going to be 50 degrees, and that's my reference angle. Okay, so that gives me an idea of reference angles and rotational diagrams. You need to know which way to rotate when it's positive and negative, and how to figure out what the measurement is.